Okay, Ming Lama, welcome to the inaugural edition of This is Business, brought to you by Myanmar Insider. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. Right. So without further ado, let me start by letting you introduce yourself to our audience, starting with the Htin Hlaing of the Wave Money, please.
It's my pleasure to be here. And I'm Htin Hlaing, and I'm CTO for Wave Money. And I'm very thrilled to be here talking to you guys.
All right. Okay, this is Sagar from the Onepay.
Thank you for inviting me here today. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for the Onepay, and it is a pleasure for me to start these conversations with you.
All right. Thank you. Okay, starting with the Htin Hlaing, right? Okay, Wave Money is actually one of the top, right? It's either number one or number two in Myanmar in terms of the digital payment. Right, so we always wanted to know the history. How do you manage to become a hero from zero?
Very good question. So actually, just give you a little bit of a background as well. So like in 2013, there was a survey by UNCDF and also UNDP that only about 30% of the adult population actually had the access to the some sort of financial products. And it's very low, but in 2014, as you all know, this amazing mobile penetration happened with the new telecom players coming in and really opened up the opportunities for us to really introduce financial services, mobile-based financial services that has the great social impact, and that is secure, easy, reliable, and real time as well. So, but with that in mind, in 2014, we had 53 million population in Myanmar. How do you get to all these people, right? About 20% at the time of the population, adult population again, has the access to formal financial solutions like bank accounts. But our goal is that we really want to get to to everybody in the country. We want to get to everybody in the country. We want to help the people. So that's how actually we started with the over-the-counter services to provide the financial services. And that time we started with 4,000 agents, and we operated in about 160 townships in the country. And 4 years later, we have 68,000 agents in the network, and we cover about 300 townships, and that's about the 91% of the coverage in the country. And that's basically the answer to that is that's the widest agent networks that basically made us to be available to everybody in the country to really help them, and that is also the main contributor of when we also started the digital business as well with the WavePay wallet, right? So WavePay wallet started in 2018 October, and to really provide the digitally send money, receive money, bill payments, merchants payments, even donate money. You can do all these things to the and when we started, it basically steadily going up, but this. Like it or not, this pandemic happened, right? With the COVID happening, we really see this exponential growth. And in 2020 itself, we have 1.5 million monthly active users. Wow. So that's the growth that we are seeing, and it's still growing really steadily, and also growing with a great the speed as well. But for us, another factor that we also look at it is that we work with some of the industry leaders like Yoma Bank, Yoma Strategic Group, holding groups that really provide the local presence and also the know-how market, right? How do you actually capture the market? And that those things, together with the strong governance in how to run the business, really led us to become one of the biggest success stories in the fintech in the region. So I think that at the end of the day, what I would say is that we treat our customers come first, and then backed by our innovation. So and that's how I think of it, as how we actually come to the top.
Yeah. Because come to think of it, there are other players such as OK Dollar who started a lot earlier than the Wave Money, right? Eventually, you are the one that who reach out to very quickly, probably the network and the reach. Okay, now Mr. Sagar, Onepay of course is one of the latecomers into this digital wallet world, right? How do you intend to fight for more market share?
See, in just over a year since we launched these services, the OnePay app has amazed over 260,000 customers who have performed over 1 billion in-app transactions to date. Okay, so OnePay, I believe OnePay user have to come to expect a new and innovative way of performing everyday tasks, such as paying bills, buying bus tickets, ordering foods, and shoppings. So OnePay intend to continue to launch a new and innovative products into the market, which have been never seen before. For example, last year, OnePay launched its new interbank feature, interbank service, which allowed user to transfer the money between the 16 local banks without a need to visit a branch. Right. It's a new way of paying bills without a need to leave a home. Even its COVID-19 news feature helped to stop to spread the virus. So this is some unique way we are trying to connect with the community, and OnePay intend to continue to do it so. And if you see that how we intend to fight the market share, so it is by offering the most competitive rates in the market to our user base, offering FOC or low fees to ensure that everyone benefits it. Such as like having low fees for customers to do the cash-in service. Even for MPU card holders, there are no any fees charged to the MPU card holders to do the OnePay wallet cash-in. OnePay user can also use the OnePay and True Money agents FOC. So by offering this type of the services and doing the new way of product innovations, we are trying to fight for the market share.
All right, thank you. Going back to Htin Hlaing, right? Based on the research, recent research, but not so recent perhaps, 1819 research done by the 3 organizations. One is the Myanmar Consumer Union, funded by the USAID. The other one is the Myanmar Insider itself. The other one is another international organization. The cash on delivery payment percentage on the e-commerce transactions in Myanmar is around 86%. What is needed to lower that percentage down?
You're absolutely right. In e-commerce or online this commerce through the social media, cash on delivery, COD is still the dominant part of it. And I think one of the reasons is because our digital transformation, it takes time, and also trust building between the merchants and then the consumers also take time. But we as in consumers and also merchants are starting to see the major challenges of the COD, right? For example, between the order and between the payment, there's a long lag time. There's like a high return rates that we have to deal with. There is a lot of cash that people have to carry around, and it has got a lot of the major difficulties that it comes along with that. So, on the other side, people are starting to do this digital adoption through the mobile payment channels that we have, and people are trying to really see how they can connect the dots as well in this ecosystem of we have these payments channels, and then how can we use it? And we do realize that actually, and that this actually mobile payments actually is one of the we can use it really to solve these challenges. So I think for Wave Money and Wave Pay, and our target is really capture and acquire and then provide these merchants to be able to online e-commerce merchants, these players to come into the ecosystem so that they can accept the payment channels through the Wave Pay, and so that they can become the billers, they can become the merchants that you can actually pay by the QR page. The merchants, like, for example, at KFC downstairs, people can actually pay type of thing, right? So, and along with we also have the API platform called the PayWave. So basically, that actually is used for the e-commerce specifically. So like online cashier payment that you can actually go and use your WavePay account to pay online without actually going into the WavePay app, for example. And those are things that we feel that we are bridging the gaps, but and then to reduce the COD dominant part of it. We are very passionate about this digital transformation. The reason that we are very passionate about is that we want to transform our country from this cash dominant society to the cashless society. That is also happening in the regions around the world as well.
All right, thank you. Coming back to Sagar. All right. Okay, because based on what I see, a lot of this digital payments, a lot of wallet payments, in my personal opinion, is like more on the transfer payment side. Transfer payments, for example, it's like I'm working, I'm giving to my mother, to my sister who's in university, or my wife's overseas, right? My wife's in other regions other than outside of Yangon, right? So I'm sending them, but they're not working. So actually, these payments itself, they do not actually add to the economic activity. These are not transactional amounts per se. So my question is, when people disclose the volume of the digital payment, how can we split this volume into the transfer payments and the ones that actually contribute to the country's economic activity, like e-commerce or transactional payments?
Yeah, absolutely. You see that e-wallet supports both bank and unbanked population. Transferring money between the wallets will help the further support to the economy. Okay, let me give you the one example. If I was the one who is the main family main earner in the family, and I use my Onepay wallet to transfer the money to my family living in the other part of the country or more into the village. Okay, in that scenario, what happens is my family member need to visit to any nearby Onepay agent's location to withdraw the funds, and then they can spend it within the local community, like buying the groceries or buying the other stuffs. So family can get benefits from me working in the city, but withdraw the money via agents network in the other part of the country. So we can also use the wallet as a to facilitate the microfinance repayments, where borrower can use the digital payment channel to repay their loans. This further build up to the individual's credit rating to be able to construct more further for the build up the another next cycle of the finance to buying the goods or services. The same can be said for the other part, like sending money to the charity and NGOs, where the wallet being used to send the money, which is then being used to disburse within the local community and groups.
All right.
And this is also, in addition, I can say that wallet can be also used to disburse the money to the beneficiary's direct wallet account. Same like currently our government initiatives for the COVID-19 support payments. Okay, it is directly going to the beneficiary wallet accounts. Okay, which can further support to the economy.
Sort of indirect.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it is not only the like sending the money to the borrowers, to the beneficiary without having the big infrastructures or people on the field. If digitalizations can help them, then it is helping to the economy.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Going back to Htin Hlaing. Right, we actually have, we have had the interview with the, cyber police very, very recently. According to the head of cyber police, right, we have the cyber crime statistics. It was in 106 reported, and I think reported cases in 2019 and about 148 in 2020. So it's about 50% jump in cyber crime. Even if it's 100, it's only the actual reported figures. There may be thousands or tens of thousands of non-reported cyber or digital crimes because for fear of reprisal or not enough resources, or afraid that nobody will take action, nobody report. Right. So my question to you will be: what are your fraud statistics like, and how do you intend to reduce that?
It's a great question, and as we all know, the mobile financial services evolve and grow significantly. These disputes emerge. But we have to also keep in mind we also have like Wave Money have the largest network, which is 60,000 agents covering 91% of the country, and we are transacting millions. And helping millions of people as well. So comparing to that high volume of this transactions, we are seeing about the disputes about 0.001%.
Wow.
0.001% that happens. But we take these 0.001% very seriously as well, and then we go great deal to really avoid them, right? So just from the tech perspective, we have the robust architecture, and then with the tech platform, with the multi-layer of security protocols, and then with the compliance measures to make sure that our systems are secure, right? But that also means that we also need to. I just took some notes here. Like we also take efforts to really respond to our customers and needs as well. Like for example, like recently. There were some people, hey, we cannot get to the call center like fast enough. Mm-hmm. We make sure we listen to that, and we make sure that we respond to that. Now, when you try to get to the call center, you can get to it to get help as soon as possible, right? So those are things that we did, and also based on the gravity of the situation as well, from the cases, we activate the full investigations from our risk and compliance departments together with the security operations as well, right? So we do take these cases very seriously, because another thing that we also have to do is that while we have these cases happening, we always keep our agents and consumers informed as well, because we are committed to this reliable, simple, convenient financial services that we want to provide to our consumers. Our mission is like creating fairer future for Myanmar through financial inclusion. But to add to that is a secure, reliable, and convenience also part of it as well.
Okay, thank you. Good to hear that you're doing a lot for the fraud prevention. Okay, Sagar, please. Okay. Okay. Right now, in Myanmar, the financial services industry, if you look at it, there are so many banks. In local banks, there's like 40 of them. The same trend is heading for the wallets, right? I don't know whether wallets is nearing number 40s or not, right? So how do you see the, the industry or the market situation developing for the, digital payments, having so many providers here?
See, Myanmar's tech-savvy population and the lack of access to the formal financial services puts our country into the very unique positions, which live for the past and to the traditional banking system and straight into the mobile wallets. So by developing a technology, e-wallets like Onepay, which can serve to the unbanked population, and even recent development into the remittance sector, wherein the many banks has taken the initiatives to take the digitalizations on the remittance sector, wherein banks are moving from the purely OTC transaction by developing the digitalizing process using the e-wallets. So that is the another way where people are looking at the entire financial industries could go to digital. Yes, we with having the more populations having the access of the financial services, we see that there is a opportunity for more companies to serve the digital financial services to the populations. Having said, we also see that see the future developing for the more into the interoperability of wallet. But yes, there is lot of competition into the market. But in order to serve the best service to the all users, we would be open to developing this further for the population and for the country in Myanmar.
I want to ask a question. How many wallets or how many digital players in a country like India have?
Yeah. So in India, yes, there is a very limited wallet players, but in India also, it's you see that some of the company are very prominent and dominant within the regions. Okay, so if some wallet companies are prominent into the western region, in the south region there is some other company who is dominating. But overall, as a country, there will be the 3 or 4 top wallets like a Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay. These 2 or 3 wallet companies, they are the dominating the entire mobile wallet business into India.
Correct. So what I'm saying is that even as such a big economy like India, they only have maybe less than 10 key player. In Myanmar, it's like getting closer to 20 or 30. So can this Myanmar economy itself accommodate that many players? That will eventually end up the players either die off or having to consolidate.
Absolutely. As I said you that we see a future for more developing for the more interoperability between the wallets. So that can be the like we are seeing as a future, but for now it is just game is just started.
Yeah, this interoperability is also one of the aims by the central bank. Because I went to one of the meetings and they, were as a E-Commerce Association, and then they were saying that there will be interoperability available in the near future. I don't know what's the meaning of near future.
Yeah. But as he said rightly that they have the merchants, we have the merchants. Now, if you go to like in India, there is a unified QR code concept. Okay, one QR code can accept for the any of the wallet, any of the banking payment channels. But here in the Myanmar, if you see that if you visit the one of the merchant, he will have 3, 4, 5, 10 different type of the QR code, and merchant need to maintain that all the wallets and accounting for that all the QR card. Yeah. So having the interoperability at least between the QR, that can also help not only to the economy but only to as well the merchants to have the one unique QR which can support to the all mobile payment services.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Going back to Htin Hlaing. Right. Okay, right now, obviously, you are running, as you say, thousands and billions of transactions, perhaps, on a monthly basis. So you would have gathered a lot of big data, and you being the CTO also, it's a good question for me to ask. What is the one surprising find from your big data that you've gathered so far?
Actually, we have a lot of big data and also big numbers as well. And like you said, just being I'm traditionally, but from my work experience, like trained in big data as well. So, but the first thing that I just mentioned to you earlier about the 1.5 million MAU in our digital WavePay platform, it's huge actually, this is actually based on the GSMA standard that we are providing the numbers. And another thing is that we have about like 3.9 plus million of the OTC MAU as well, right? Over the counter monthly active users right now. In 2019, we transacted about 6.4 trillion Myanmar kyat worth of the transactions, and in 2020, it grew to 12 million, so double, 12 million trillion Myanmar kyat, and we inject about 88 billion Myanmar jets into the Myanmar economy by providing the commissions to our agent network as well, because we have like a largest agent network, and that's like a huge plus to the Myanmar economy, especially in this time of the period. Right. So and on top of that, we also helped the government and NGO disbursements of about 32 billion Myanmar jet. That not only the amount, but the reach. We reached to about 300,000 beneficiaries in the country as well. So those are the not only the big data numbers or the big numbers, but I think these are very positive numbers. Not only for the business, but also for the country and also for the people as well.
All right. Okay. So how about yourself? Any insights from the big data, that transactional-based big data that you've gathered in Onepay so far?
Yes, it's definitely we launched the Onepay applications during the COVID pandemic situations. But if I can say that in the last 3 months, Onepay has seen over a 30% increase month on month for the business transactions conducted through the application, which has been surprising considering the COVID situations, where the business related transactions are increasing month on month 30%. We have also seen the last 3 months the 30% increase in for the amount deposit into the wallets. So as on today, our overall total deposit as on today for the Onepay, it's approximately over 45 billion kyat. And that is how we are seeing that yes, people are adopting the wallet as a technology. Businesses are adopting wallet as a payment channel. And this is a business side and user side. This big data proves that yes, Fintech in the Myanmar, it's growing.
Right. Just to clarify, the money in the wallet doesn't earn any interest.
Yeah,
am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay, Saga again. Okay, where are we at compared with the regional countries? Compared with CLMV, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and Myanmar itself, right? Where are we at in terms of this digital market development?
So in the beginning, as he rightly said, related to the Fintech as a industries, I can tell you that in 2011, Myanmar was having the mobile penetration rate as 2%. Right, and only 0.23% of its population was having the internet access. But just in 3 years later, Myanmar was named as a third fastest growing mobile market, just behind India and China. And to date, now Myanmar has the mobile penetration rate of 126%.
Yeah, correct.
And internet penetration rate shoot up to the 41%. Okay, so Myanmar could reach at the same level of the Fintech innovations and Fintech adoption as Vietnam and Philippines in next 5 to 7 years time. But country does need a more development, educations, and to reach at the same level of the maturity of more established countries like Singapore. So Fintech continue to innovate in the Asian countries, and the obviously COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the Myanmar's Fintech growth furthermore.
All right, thank you. Going back to Hlaing, so what is next for wave? What should be the natural progression for somebody who is already reasonably successful in terms of this digital payment in the world? Yeah, what's next? Where are you going to expand? Where should we expand if you are that?
So this is actually like continuing with what you were asking, Saga, as well. Like where do we stand? We are still in the early stage, right? So like you said earlier, we have about like a lot of wallets, and we have to evolve as well, right? And then as any market, whenever you have like a frontier emerging market, you have a lot of players coming in, but customers will decide as well, right? Who is the best? And also the ecosystem that we are also building here is very incredibly important as well, because e-commerce, e-commerce takes forms in different forms, right? Online e-commerce, live e-commerce, new retail, O2O, online to offline. All these e-commerce are different way of people lifestyles. What we have to do is that we have to actually fit to people's lifestyles of Myanmar people. And for that, we're going to be connecting all the dots, right? Where there are gaps, like for example, the one that you mentioned earlier about COD, the gaps are there, and we have to be bridging those gaps. And we have to evolve. We have to provide more innovative solutions so that people can actually live the dream of our mission, Fairer Future Myanmar.
Very good. Nice statement. Okay. Okay. For Sagar, what do we need to make the digital pay more available everywhere? Just now you suggest the cross platform payment through the QR code, right? So what will it take for the digital wallet payments to be as common as the debits and credit cards?
Yeah, so to make digital payment options available everywhere in the country, we need to educate more merchants to accept the digital payments and to explain the digital payment to their customers and accept as one of the digital payment channel. Okay, so that is the much required exercise and activity currently in the Myanmar. For the Onepay, currently we do have over 400,000 merchants who is accepting the payments in person on behalf of Onepay, and we are increasing this number on every day. So because wallet payments offer a very lower rate of the MDR, so it is more likely merchants are accepting the QR scan and pay and wallet payment rather than accepting the other way of the traditional or the digital financial services, but they are accepting the QR scan and pay or digital payment because we offer a very lower rate of the MDR. So having the fewer charges, having more advantage, merchant can also promote their products to the end users. End users can also get benefits using this QR scan and pay with the different type of the promotions. So this is a win-win situation for each and every stakeholder.
So actually, in summary, is the education plus making sure that we provide incentives for the merchants to accept.
Merchant as well as the consumer to motivate them, to push them to go to these to start this digital journey with the QR scan and pay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, starting the first and the last question for you. Yeah. Right. Okay. Last but not least, any wish list that you have, from the government or the CBM regarding the regulations that's governing this digital wallets and payments things?
We probably will have a long wish list, but, let me just focus on one thing. We are trying to do our best to innovate, to provide the best services and best products to our Myanmar people, to the country, for this quality of life, together with the economic growth in the country as well. So, we want to make sure that we provide our services and products to not only the mega city, not only the big city like Yangon, but to the remote villages, people in the countryside as well. But not only that, we don't want to stop there. We want to provide services to our Myanmar people abroad, right? So recently, we just submitted our application for the international remittance so that we can serve the Myanmar people outside of the country. In Thailand has over 5 million Myanmar people, and together with like in Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, Middle East, we want to make sure that we are providing services to all these people as well. And that is actually something that we are really keen to have that. So, this is another testament that this is our commitment to serve our country, to serve our people while we are doing this business.
So you want the government to get your approval on this faster?
Faster, and so that we can start helping those guys to send money back to their parents. Yeah. Right. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming, both of you. Thank you. COVID greeting.